Hey guys, it's your Chief Visionary, Natasha Davis from Impact Branding. And in this 5 Simple Steps series, I'm drilling down into branding and brand positioning. I'm going into the details and the specifics of what branding is, what it's not, and how you use agility to position your brand. So branding over the years has become so confusing and so misrepresented, and I'm taking this time to uncomplicate it for you. So go there with me. Here's real quick. If you haven't had the opportunity to watch step 1, 2, and 3, please go ahead and watch that because it'll all come together nicely for you. So let's talk about measuring the stability and the impact of your brand. If you've been keeping up with me for any length of time, you would have heard me say from time and time again, that if you're not measuring your progress, then you're not really doing business. Why? When you measure, you improve, or better said, what you measure, you will improve because you're keeping a good eye on it, right? So today I'm going to share a few metrics that you can make to kind of look at and make sure that you're measuring your brand and measuring the impact of your brand. And hopefully this will help to unlock some of those juices, right? Those brand juices going on here and get your brain churning so that you can start looking at how to measure the impact and the efficiency of your brand. So metrics should actually be a part of your strategic plan. It should be discussed in team meetings, your quarterly meetings, and all of that. You should have this on the table. It's a part of the conversation. Measure things like your customer conversion rate and your close rate. You want to look at those together. You definitely want to know how many prospects became customers, but also how long did it take to convert them into customers? Here's something else that I often say. I want you to keep in mind, whenever you have a conversion problem, you have a message problem. So if your conversion is really, really slow and your close rate is really, really slow, you have to step back a second and look at the message. Where there's a conversion problem, there's a message problem. Here's another metrics you want to look at with respect to your brand. What's the relative market share of your brand? What's that percentage look like? As with any business, knowing who your direct competitor is important. It is your business. It's a part of your thinking, your strategy, your growth strategy, right? Understanding how much of the market your competitor captures or has is your concern. From a place of seeking to get better, right? You use this information to see how can we get better? Where are we really strong? Where are we weak? And what are some opportunities? What does that sound like? SWOT analysis, right? We've talked about that before. So you look at your current market share and you divide it by your competitor's market share. You can assess relative market share by, the number of units sold annually, the revenue earned annually, or even the percentage of companies they do business with, right? And so you can look at it from that view, any one of those angles, you can look at it. And when you do that, this will help you have greater insight into your brand equity and in the industry. Really important. Here's another good metrics you want to look at. Customer lifetime value. Don't take your customers' loyalty for granted. And don't disregard customer disloyalty. That's important. You want to know, and you also want to understand the why behind both scenarios. The why behind the loyalty, the why behind the disloyalty. Measure the lifetime of each customer. And if a customer continues to give you their business, there's a reason. And if a customer stops giving you business, there's a reason. You want to know what that reason is. The key here is finding trends early on so that you can either continue to get better or you can stop doing the wrong thing. So make sure you are measuring the impact of your brand, right? Don't disregard the loyalty as well as the disloyalty. Look at those conversion rates, see how long it's taken to get things done. Pay attention to the numbers. Make sure numbers are in your meetings. It's in your strategic plan. It's in reports. Look for trends so that you can proactively pivot. All right, there you have it. Insight into what strategic branding is. And if you haven't watched the other steps, go ahead and watch it. It'll all come together nicely. If you haven't already subscribed to the Impact Branding Videos channel here, please do so today and invite someone to come and check it out. I want you to look out for step number 5 in this series. That's going to be released next week. We release the new series and the new step in every series on Wednesday. That was a mouthful. All right, listen, if you're a DIY person and you need some more support, visit ibcacademyonline.com for a selection of business courses to help you expand your understanding of branding. I'm your Chief Visionary, Natasha Davis. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, at Impact Branding Consulting, we make sure that no good brand is left behind. I'll see you soon.